You are watching Books, Booze, and Horror Reviews. Welcome to my channel. So today I thought I'd do something a little different and keep it kind of simple. There were several good books that I read in the month of May, and I figured I would do just kind of a quick rundown and maybe some rapid fire reviews of each book. So I've got my kick-ass little goth glass ready to go, and tonight I am drinking Cigar Box Malbec. Let's do this. All right, so first up, we've got Left for Dead by Jay Darkmoor. That was my first May read. Now, this one was a bit out of my comfort zone. This is not quite horror. It's more of a crime thriller with horror elements. Now, I was already familiar with Jay Darkmoor's work as a horror author. He's got some good ones out there with Tales from the Inferno and The Space Between Heaven and Hell, so I decided to give this one a go. He was nice enough to give me an ARC copy, so what did I think? You could definitely see the horror influences for sure. This is a crime thriller through and through, but there was some elements where you weren't quite sure if it was all the physical or if there was some paranormal going on in there. Throw in some crazy twists and turns and you got yourself a fun read that can be enjoyed by horror fans and crime fans alike. Next up, we've got Disseverment by Z.C. Kroll. At no point in the book did I have any idea what was going to happen next. I picked this up and I was not expecting the ride that I got. I don't know why, but parts of it reminded me of the movie Tusk. This is a really short, quick read, so I don't want to give too much of it away, but check it out. I was captivated 100% through and through. Next up, we've got There's Something Wrong with Auntie Beth by Mark Towse. Guys, this, definitely one of my favorites of the month, probably one of my favorite overall anthologies. The stories are insanely unique and both gross and beautifully written. Like anybody who's watched my stuff on TikTok knows I'm a huge Gemma Amor fan. This would be up there with Cruel Works of Nature for me. I definitely plan on making a separate video for that one and pairing it with a cocktail, and just be aware I'm gonna go full fangirl on that bish. Next up, we've got It's Me, Charlie by C.M. Guidros. It's gross, y'all. It's gross. Not like crazy gory, but it's gross. Also read it and question every book bestie you've ever had. Next up, we've got Tales from the Southern Fried Crypt by Ronald Kelly. Really, the title tells you everything you need to know about what kind of book it is. It's basically Tales from the Crypt, but in the Louisiana swamps. And then, of course, you have Ronald Kelly, who is a master of the creature feature. And to top it all off, each short story comes with its own little comic strip, probably drawn out by Ron himself. Like, I don't even need to say it out. Like, read it. Like, I feel like this is something that every type of horror fan can enjoy. Next up, we've got Am I a Monster by Jay Boot. The answer is yes. This is sort of a tie-in to his previous book, They Are All Monsters. If you know anything about those books, you'll know that they are hella extreme. They are not for everybody. If you are curious, try to learn as much as you can. Look up triggers before venturing into this, but it's a trip. Next up on the list, we have Horror Hotel by Faith McLaren and Victoria Fulton. So this was a cute, fun YA horror with sprinkles of like murder mystery. This reminded me a lot of like a modern day Scooby-Doo / Buffy the Vampire Slayer gang. Now, is it scary? No. I mean, at least I didn't find it to be so, but it is entertaining. It kept me engaged throughout the whole book. This also has LGBTQIA representation, and I personally thought it was done pretty well. I like it when they don't make it the character's entire personality. You know, they weren't super fleshed out, but they also weren't one-dimensional. You cared about these characters, and you were rooting for them throughout the book. And then finally, last but not least, we have 100% Match. I mean, look at this little guy. I read this in like no time at all. I got this from Mr. Patrick Harrison III himself from the Texas Frightmare HorrorCon, and he signed it for me. This is also gross. It's gross. And it's a great read. Check it out. Well, that's it for now. Those are my May reads. So, shoot me a comment, let me know what your latest reads are, and of course, as always, let me know any book recommendations that you have. I'm always so happy to hear those and add them to my ever-growing TBR list. So, until next time, cheers.